I don't think anyone in the world knows that Meghan Markle has eaten Jack in the Box and loves it.
It's so funny, too, that you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know I'm Sussex now.
That's fine. I'll go it alone. Just like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
Sir, your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
Babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post for Del Taco.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
Everyone is wondering what they'll do to support themselves without any of that royal cash. Well, good news, Meghan's already got herself a job.
Here comes the first time in her life that Meghan Markle actually touches food. Let's watch that back. Why is she pushing apples into the salad?
And this is sweet. Meghan Markle said she has a finger they can use if they need it.
Now, the big question is, if Harry and Meghan come to America, where they're going to live? Everyone wants to know. I think they'll move to LA because Meghan is an actor, and then she's going to want to work again. And then Harry can just join the cast of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Yeah, just be like fighting on TV. I know what you said about me, Denise. Say it to my face.
No more following Granny's rules. Don't wear your pants on your head, Harry. Don't bath on the butler, Harry. If I want to play polo in my living room, who's going to stop me?
Stop that.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing.
I watched the Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary. Now, I'll be honest with you, before I watched it, I was not a fan of theirs. But now I've actually heard their side of the story, I f***ing hate them.
I mean this sincerely, Prince Harry and Meghan, we don't give America don't give a fuck about you. We don't.
I said Meghan Markle is, of course, a lifelong feminist, which she's demonstrated by marrying a prince and giving up her job. The card he's playing is, I'm a victim.
Oh,
you go,
right.
no, you're not a fucking victim.
It's not every day that a single wedding invitation, or the lack of one, reshapes the entire celebrity power map, but that's exactly what just happened. Taylor Swift, arguably the biggest pop star in the world right now, sent out her wedding invitations, and while names like Beyoncé, Jeff Bezos, and Kim Kardashian were on the list, one name was shockingly absent: Meghan Markle. To twist the knife deeper, right there in bold gold calligraphy was Princess Kate's name. For years, Meghan has tried to build her brand into something untouchable. Netflix deals, high-profile interviews, glossy magazine spreads. She wanted to become a Hollywood powerhouse. But Taylor's wedding isn't just a private celebration. It's a cultural summit where the guest list speaks louder than any press release.
We know what that means.
That's LA.
She wants to be famous. She found the guy to make her the most famous in the world, and now she's over there and she's like, if she didn't marry him, she would be on The Bachelor this season. She would be Megan M. from Sherman Oaks barista. She's just that lucky.
Meghan didn't just miss an invite, she missed the moment, and the internet is already declaring it the snub of the decade. When the leaks first hit the internet, people couldn't believe their eyes. Taylor Swift's wedding guest list looked like the ultimate Hollywood directory. A-listers, billionaires, cultural icons. Beyoncé, Selena Gomez, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Kim Kardashian, Jeff Bezos, Oprah, all confirmed. But what shocked everyone wasn't just who made the cut, but who didn't. Meghan Markle's name was nowhere to be found. And then came the curveball. Princess Kate Middleton was invited, front and center. For Hollywood, this wasn't a small oversight. The wedding is expected to be the social event of the year, a merging of fame, influence, and global relevance. To be left out isn't just missing a party, it's a clear message: who's trusted, who's adored, and who belongs at the table. And in this case, Taylor's choice put Kate in the spotlight and left Meghan looking like yesterday's headline. Ever since stepping away from royal duties, Meghan Markle has been grinding to carve out her Hollywood empire. The Netflix documentaries, the Spotify podcast, the endless magazine covers, every move was carefully designed to position her as a modern, independent powerhouse.
Hey.
Did you know it's cold in there?
Yeah.
Must be an American thing.
It's not.
She wanted to show the world she could thrive without the palace and build her own brand of influence. But while the strategy got her attention, it hasn't always translated into admiration. Critics argue that Meghan's projects often come with more controversy than celebration. The Spotify deal fizzled out, her Netflix projects haven't had the global impact she hoped for. And just when she needed a cultural reset, Taylor's wedding could have been the perfect stage to reintroduce herself to Hollywood's elite. Instead, being excluded while Kate is included makes Meghan's entire campaign feel shaky, as if all the work still hasn't earned her a seat at the real table. What makes this sting even more is how effortlessly Princess Kate was included. Kate hasn't launched documentaries, she doesn't have a podcast, and she hasn't been hustling for Hollywood headlines. Yet, she still landed on Taylor's exclusive guest list without lifting a finger. That contrast speaks volumes. Hollywood loves consistency, elegance, and stability. Qualities Kate has mastered. She represents class without chaos, presence without publicity stunts.
Mama when I step out on the top. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, oh. Hit the baby mama when I'm stepping through the door. Yeah, I'm pregnant, but I got an ill flow. Tryna make some money, buy some huggies from the store. S to the T, A, double R.
For Taylor, inviting Kate was a branding decision as much as a personal one. Kate's image is calm, polished, and universally respected, making her a safe and powerful guest. Meghan, on the other hand, comes with unpredictable press cycles, drama-filled headlines, and a reputation for stirring controversy. By choosing Kate, Taylor wasn't just inviting a royal. She was aligning her wedding and her image with grace over noise. For Meghan, it's a painful reminder that sometimes doing less gets you more. Taylor Swift isn't just a pop star, she's a master strategist. Every move she makes, from surprise album drops to Instagram photo angles, is carefully curated. So when she chose to invite Kate and exclude Meghan, it wasn't random. It was deliberate. Taylor's brand is all about control, loyalty, and maintaining a polished, controversy-free image. Kate fits seamlessly into that narrative. Elegant, drama-free, and universally admired. Meghan, on the other hand, carries baggage, lawsuits, media battles, and constant public feuds.
Just like her Netflix show, just like her first podcast with Spotify, just like her most recent podcast, utterly backfired. Here's a headline about that. We haven't talked about this on the show, but she started a new podcast called Confessions of a Female Founder.
For Taylor, whose wedding will dominate headlines for weeks, minimizing risk was key. She doesn't want her big day overshadowed by speculation or scandal. By selecting Kate, she positioned herself alongside royalty that elevates, not distracts. In Hollywood terms, this was less about friendship and more about optics. Taylor curated her guest list like a chart-topping album. Every inclusion had purpose, and Meghan simply didn't fit the vibe. In celebrity culture, weddings aren't just about love. They're power summits, where the guest list functions as a scoreboard. Taylor's wedding, with its elite roster, instantly became a symbol of who's truly relevant in Hollywood right now. And Meghan's absence wasn't just a minor oversight, it was a loud, public ranking. Being left out while Kate is welcomed sends a brutal message. Meghan isn't seen as part of Hollywood's inner circle. For someone who's built her entire brand on visibility, that kind of exclusion cuts deep. Meghan wanted to be the face of modern influence, someone who could sit beside Oprah, Beyoncé, and now Taylor. But this snub placed her outside the circle she desperately wants to be in. And in Hollywood, once the perception shifts that you're no longer in, the ripple effect is merciless. Invitations dry up, collaborations vanish. One snub can trigger a cultural downgrade. Timing couldn't have been worse. Meghan was gearing up for a big media push with the second season of her Netflix series. Her team was preparing for a cycle of press that would spotlight her as a cultural figure once again.
The trick that people do with pineapple, instead of just cutting it to make the perfect little bite, you follow the wedge. When nature has given you all the cues on how to have a perfect taste of something.
Oh, how fun is that? I love it.
But Taylor's engagement and the leaked guest list hijacked the conversation. Suddenly, Meghan wasn't the story. She was the absence. And that absence sucked all the oxygen out of her PR campaign. Instead of headlines about her Netflix success, the internet was buzzing about why Taylor chose Kate over her. For Meghan, this isn't just about missing one event, it's about momentum. Hollywood moves fast, and being invisible at the cultural event of the year creates the impression that she's fading from relevance. Every project she pushes now risks being overshadowed by the bigger narrative. If Taylor didn't invite Meghan, maybe Hollywood doesn't want her either. The internet wasted no time dissecting the snub. Swifties flooded forums and TikTok with theories about why Kate made the cut and Meghan didn't. Royal watchers published think pieces, comparing the two women's public images. Memes spread like wildfire, mocking Meghan's absence and glorifying Kate's effortless inclusion. For Meghan, this online storm is especially damaging because perception drives reality. Once the narrative sets in that she's been excluded, it's nearly impossible to claw it back. Even her attempts at damage control, whispers of prior commitments, or focusing on creative projects fell flat.
Or do you see any of the real Diana in Meghan? Did you?
No.
Really?
Sorry. We are uncensored, but oh my God, the idea there's any comparison between Diana.
Nobody believed she'd skip Taylor Swift's wedding voluntarily. Social media thrives on contrasts, and the image of Kate sipping champagne at Hollywood's biggest wedding, while Meghan is nowhere to be found, was too powerful to ignore. In the digital age, a single guest list became a trending topic, and Meghan became the punchline of the conversation. Behind the glamorous headlines, Hollywood insiders are paying close attention. In elite circles, association is everything. Executives, producers, and power brokers look at who Taylor Swift, the ultimate cultural curator, aligns herself with. By inviting Kate and excluding Meghan, Taylor sent a signal the industry won't ignore. Meghan is increasingly seen as unpredictable, too closely tied to controversy, and risky to associate with. Kate, by contrast, offers prestige without drama, stability without baggage. That difference will echo through future collaborations, partnerships, and invitations. In an industry built on optics, perception becomes currency. Meghan's absence from this guest list may quietly close doors she hasn't even knocked on yet. Hollywood doesn't always say things outright. It shows them through who gets invited and who gets left behind. And in this case, Meghan's exclusion looks like Hollywood's quiet but definitive verdict on her relevance in the current cultural landscape. One thing's for sure, Meghan won't take this lying down. Insiders already suggest she's planning her next big move to reclaim the spotlight. Maybe it's a glossy new project, another docuseries, a high-profile collaboration, or even another bombshell interview. Meghan has always been skilled at flipping the narrative when the press turns against her. But this time, the climb is steeper. The danger is that any bold move she makes could look desperate or bitter, especially compared to Kate's effortless silence. If Meghan speaks out, critics will say she's jealous. If she stays quiet, they'll say she's defeated. Either way, the snub forces her into a corner. She has to recalibrate her brand, shift strategies, and somehow rebuild trust with the very circles that just shut her out. The question is, will Hollywood give her another chance? Or has Taylor's wedding locked Meghan out for good? At the end of the day, Taylor Swift's wedding became more than a personal celebration. It turned into a cultural reset, a line drawn in Hollywood's shifting sands. By inviting Kate and excluding Meghan, Taylor defined who represents elegance, stability, and global appeal in this moment. Meghan, who once positioned herself as the face of modern influence, is now left on the outside looking in. The absence speaks louder than any interview or Instagram post she could ever make. Kate's presence, silent and powerful, highlights how influence sometimes comes from restraint, not noise. For Meghan, this isn't just about a wedding. It's about realizing that visibility doesn't equal acceptance and controversy doesn't equal power. In a world where perception is everything, the guest list told the story. Kate was chosen, Meghan wasn't. And that single decision just redrew Hollywood's map of who truly matters in the cultural conversation. So, what does it all mean? Meghan Markle's exclusion from Taylor Swift's wedding isn't just another headline in the endless royal versus Hollywood saga. It's a cultural milestone, a public ranking that reshaped perceptions overnight. For Meghan, the snub couldn't have come at a worse time, with her Netflix series struggling for attention and her brand desperate for a win. For Kate, it was effortless validation, proof that elegance and consistency still win in a world addicted to drama. And for Taylor, it was a masterclass in brand strategy, aligning herself with stability over controversy. The truth is, one wedding invite has the power to shift the tides of celebrity relevance, and this one just did. Meghan's challenge now is to decide how to respond, stay silent, pivot, or fight back. But one thing's certain, Hollywood's message has been sent, and Meghan Markle wasn't on the list.